All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. I am Richard Hurst, and joining me tonight, once again, is going to be Miss Amanda. She is getting loaded in, so she is not available right this second, but she will be joining me in just a few minutes. But tonight, we are here with the Genesis Cup Series, and they are at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway at the Oval. It's going to be a very, very exciting race as we, let me get, unprepared. But let me get the laps and everything for you. So tonight's going to be 100 laps with a stage at lap 50. We're going to have 65% fuel in these race cars. We're going to have 3 sets of tires total. And we are going to have 3 green, white checkers and 1 fast repair. This is the last race of the regular season. The playoffs will start next week. So a lot of these drivers' tensions are going to be high as they have just tonight's race to get locked into the playoffs or move up that totem pole. But let's take a look at those points. And there are the points. And Darren Bruce is going to be sitting in the number 1 spot. So right now he is the top contender. Dylan Herbotten, he is going to be dropped down to second. Stephen Light, he's going to bring himself up to third. Fourth is going to belong to Joe Munchell. Cody B. Johnson, he is going to be sitting in fifth. Sean Anderson is going to be sitting in sixth. Zachary Marchson is going to be seventh. Mark Kincaid is going to be eighth. Ninth is going to be Nathan Lafayette. Matt Banky is going to be sitting in 10th. Zach Mecca is going to be sitting in 11th. Curtis Ecker is going to be tied with Chris Isaacs for the 12th spot. Curtis Ecker is going to be in 12th. Chris Isaacs is going to be 13th. And they have about an 8-point difference in between them. Lucas Reed is going to be sitting in 14th. Lyle Mitchell at 15th. Brianna Laurent is going to be sitting in 16th. Jeffrey Rudick in 17th. Colton is going to be sitting at 18th. Mason Thompson 19th. Christopher Alkire is going to be sitting 20th. Scott Healy 21st. Trent Robinette is going to be 22nd. Balin Powell is going to be 23rd. And Chase Greer going to be 24th. And wrapping up the 25th spot is going to be Justin Shoup. And we'll take a look at those playoff points. And there they are, the playoff breakdown. You got Darren Bruce, he is going to be locked in to the playoffs. You got Stephen Light, he is going to be locked in to second in the playoffs. Cody B. Johnson locked in. Scott Healy is going to be locked in, and all the rest are kind of safe except for Zach Mecca. Zach Mecca is not going to be here tonight, so he is going to drop down. There was only 1 point between him and Curtis Ecker, and Chris Isaacs was about 9 points, so he's probably going to drop down to probably around the 13th spot. But Matt Banky could be in trouble as he did not have a lot of points separating him and Curtis Ecker. So Curtis Ecker could move up to the 10th spot tonight, or even 9th. So a couple of spots that can be transitioned here tonight, but we shall find out. But they are out there on the track qualifying, and we're going to step away for 1 second and go ahead and listen to that beautiful national anthem. Appreciate everybody in the chat joining us here tonight, but let's go ahead and roll that national anthem. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and
All right.
Oh,
Richard, check your sound.
I just did.
Okay.
So I unmuted your sound, but did not unmute my microphone. How smart was that?
I got no words.
Got no words for it either.
I got no. It happens.
It happens. It happens. It's been a long day, a long work day, 12-hour days. You know, they kind of get to you. But it looks like qualifying is wrapping up, and we should be getting ready to grid in very, very soon. But I appreciate that, Mark. Thank you for letting me know. 12 viewers out there on the stream. Appreciate you all stopping by, spending the evening with us, spending the evening with the Genesis Cup Series, as it should be a pretty exciting race. Some of these drivers I've heard just bought the track, so we'll see how it works out for them.
Hey, me too.
Oh, you just bought the track tonight too? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you have not raced it yet.
No. This one looks like it could be fun. Oh, race control is here. Supper Skittles. What's up, Supper Skittles? Did you bring snacks?
Taste the rainbow.
I got Oreos.
You got Oreos?
I do. I got Oreos.
All right, and qualifying is finally officially finished, and let's take a look at how they're going to stack up here tonight, and it looks like Stephen Light is going to take the top spot, with Scott Healy going to be starting on his outside. Ray Courtney going to be starting in third. Sean Anderson going to be starting in fourth. Fifth is going to be belong to Cliff Mullins. Sixth is going to belong to Kyle Chapin. Mark Kincaid is going to be starting in seventh. Eighth is going to belong to Lucas Reed. Chris Isaac's going to be starting in ninth, and 10th is going to be Curtis Ecker.
11th is going to be Colton Hopfner. 12th is going to be Nathan Lafayette. 13th is going to be Christopher Alkire. 14th is going to be Brianna Lawrence. 15th is Dakota Long. Starting in 16th is going to be Joel Munchell. 17th, Matt Banky. And 18th is going to be Christopher Knight.
Awesome. Well, some of those drivers have not loaded in just yet, so that's the reason why their car would not show up. But 18 drivers here tonight. Looks like Chris Nice is going to be a spotter for Miss Brianna. He's going to try to work her up the totem pole, maybe lock her into the playoffs. And we got TSN Motorsports. You can't say that. Famous words from
Jack.
Oh, sorry. Had to adjust my chair real quick.
You're right. Oh, you're right.
Ray Courtney is running a Raid Shadow Legends car. That's a nice looking car. On the back of this car, it says, "That one Canadian."
That is his Twitch channel.
All right, looks like we are getting rolling. And they're going to make that a long way around. Ghost Rider saying, "Hey, Ray, don't suck and watch pit entry." Very blunt. Very
Damn,
blunt.
somebody knows Ray a little too well.
Now, he won the truck race last night. He did a very good job. A lot of teamwork in last night's race. And he made it happen. He made it happen right there at the end. So congratulations to him on that win. Let's see what he can do at the Indy Oval. It's a very tricky track. You got Stephen Light. You know, he's been putting a lot of practice in. You got Chris Isaacs, Curtis Ecker. You know, he just bought the track tonight, so we'll have to see how that SBGN number 19 is going to do tonight. Chris Isaacs, he has been working on the setup for this car, trying to get it a long run. Chase McGrady, give me some credit.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
He was, like I said, the teamwork was very awesome. You know, they all put on a very good show. Four wide. You know, put on a good show. You had Billy Davidson up there. So yeah, it was a great show.
Awesome.
All right, looks like we are about to drop the green flag race, or green flag, and there it is. Green flag is out. Well, looks like Scott Healy has taken the lead very early here coming into turn number 2. He is going to be riding a little bit higher than Stephen Light. Stephen Light all over the back bumper of that number 64. And Ray Courtney lost a little bit of ground. He is going to have Sean Anderson right there in 4th, trying to track down that 96. And they need to link up as the 64 looked like he got into the wall just a little bit coming into turn number 3. Looks like Stephen Light is going to be looking to the bottom side in turn number 4, and he may be able to overtake the 64 on the bottom. Well, let's see how this plays out as they get racing side by side. It looks like that's gonna give Ray Courtney a little bit of break to actually get closer to them and maybe have a 3-car breakaway, as this is a very draft-dependent track. Stephen Light going to work on the inside. He is going to be able to make the pass on the inside coming into turn number 1. Can he hold it down there? Yes, he can. He can make the turn, and they are pretty much lined up for 1, 2, and 3 with Ray Courtney riding in the 3rd position. Sean Anderson, he is in the 4th position. There you see they're trying to break up the draft. Cars weaving back and forth, and they're going to weave back up to the top side of the track to get a good entry on turn number 4. And it looks like 1, 2, and 3 are pretty much in a line within drafting distance. Sean Anderson is falling back just a little bit. We'll go to our tower so we can see exactly how far he is going to be, and he is about to... He is a good 0.6 of a second back from Ray Courtney, and you see Ray Courtney. He's not dropping down there to get that draft. He is actually going to make up still going to make up a little bit of ground on that high side. But coming in turn number 1, they are going to lose. He is going to lose a lot of ground. Scott Healy fell off about a second back from Stephen Light, and we got a 2-car battle. And I'm going to let you take this one. That is going to be that 54 and that number 37.
All right. Let me change my camera angle here just a little bit. SDK is a little slow tonight. So the 54 is obviously going to block that 37 of Cliff Mullins. He's putting some distance between them on the straightaways, but as soon as they hit that curve, the 37 is creeping up very close.
You're right about that, and as far as I can see, it is pretty much a straight line racing. Brianna Laurent, she is going to be the last car back there, and she is going to be in the 15th position.
Yeah.
The chat is definitely heating up.
Uh-oh.
Ghost Rider.
We have an athletic supporter.
Well, so he's been Captain America. He's been Ghost Rider. I wonder who's going to be the next. Oh, who is coming next? Will we get a Spider-Man out of him? Or Thor, or somebody. Since we're going through the Marvel characters, I mean, we might as well. Bruce Banner, somebody.
I wonder how often people can change their Twitch names. That'd be funny.
I'm not exactly sure. Well, Stephen Light has broken out to about a 2-second lead, and it looks like Scott Healy. He is going to be back in the 2nd position, and he is going to be about 0.8 of a second in front of Ray Courtney. Now, as we see, mostly green, all green flags as of right now. We will see that stage break at lap 50. So how long will these cars hold on? 65% of fuel. Not exactly sure of how many laps they can go here at Indy, as this is a very big track. But we'll see how many laps they can go on fuel. Actually, we do have a spotter. And that's going to be Chris. And I know he's listening in. Maybe he can give us an insight of how many laps you could go on a tank of fuel if he's listening in. Oh, we got somebody in trouble. That's going to be back towards the back. And who is that going to be? Is that going to be... Oh, lost my camera.
Yep. I had a moment.
So that was possibly the 43. Yes, I do believe it was the 43. He got into a little bit of trouble, but he brought it back on the track. All right, so Chris Nice says they can go about 27 laps on a tank of fuel. I appreciate that, Chris, for that information. and it looks like Stephen Light has broken out to about that 2.1 second lead over Scott Healy, and it looks like his car is stalled out just a little bit because he's not gaining a lot of ground like he was. So the tires could be starting to give up. I mean, he's creeping up there with the distance, but it looks like Scott Healy's car is coming in. Now, some of these guys could be laying back, saving a little bit of tire for that longer run, as we've seen, here at lap 8, that car is handling pretty well. But how is it going to be on the longer runs? We shall see. And now we see Scott Healy. He is taking that distance down just a little bit as they're coming out of turn number 2. He is slowly but surely creeping into that lead that Stephen Light has. And we're going to go back here to this pack right here. It is pretty much a lot of bobbing and weaving. They are pretty much nose to tail. They are trying to make something happen, as they have about, Sean Anderson has about 2 seconds on back from Ray Courtney. So that 13 is trying to work with the 54. The 54 is trying to work with the 37, but they are still about now 3 seconds back from Ray Courtney. So it looks like that 96 has found a little bit of speed. There we see Mark Kincaid get a little bit out of shape. Now he's going to take a run on the inside of the 37. Or excuse me, that's going to be Lucas Reed. He is going to make a run on the 37. Going to be able to make the pass coming into turn number 1, coming out of turn number 2. He has got him free and clear. But we do have Mark Kincaid. He is going to make a run on Sean Anderson in turn number 2. He is going to be able to make that pass as Sean Anderson is stuck on that high side. He dives it in between him and Lucas Reed, and they are pretty much a single file once again. Chris Isaacs making a move on that. Who was that? That was Colton. Made a pass on the inside, and he was able to get around Colton. Now he is going to be riding in the 8th position. So he's going to be 1 spot up from where he started. Biggest movers of the race is going to be Mark Kincaid and Lucas Reed. As of right now, they are going to be up 3 positions from where they started this race. I don't believe the 37 is done yet. He is trying to make a move on Sean Anderson. So Sean Anderson's car might be changing. The handling might be changing. As you can see, he cannot hold it on that bottom line. So he might go down quite a few positions, as he is going to be in that draft. So the 37 might not be able to get there this time. But coming into turn number 3, he might be able to clear him, and he does. And here comes Chris Isaacs. He is going to make that move also on that inside, and he is going to have him clear. Here comes a 48. He is going to try it too. Colton is going to be on the inside, coming out of turn number 4. He's going to be able to make the pass also. So 13 not being able to hold the bottom is kind of hurting that race car. And we have finally got all manufacturers up in the top 3. You got Chevrolet leading the pack. You got Toyota in 2nd, and you got Ford in 3rd. All the way back to 7th. From 4th to 7th is going to be all Chevrolets, with a Toyota and Ford in 8th and 9th.
Did you say Ford in 8th?
No, I said Toyota and a Ford in 9th.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Hey, I don't mess up those ovals. Those blue ovals, those are my rides. Well, Scott Healy has broken into that lead some more. Now down to 7 seconds separate those two from Stephen Light. So he is slowly creeping into the picture, and we could see a lead change within, I'd say, the next 10 laps or so, probably before green flag pit stops happen, if we do see them, unless a caution does come out. But 1.8 seconds separates these two. So is Light's car giving up, or is the line that is he kind of saving these tires and allowing Healy to burn up what he has to, I don't know, make it look like he has hope? I don't know.
He's going to share a little hope with him. Chris Isaacs is actually making some moves. He's now up in the 6th place position.
That is correct, and so is Mark Kincaid. Mark Kincaid, Cliff Mullins is right there in 5th. So, yeah, you are absolutely right about that.
Looks like Chris Isaacs just slipped around Lucas Reed. Lucas is like trying to catch up to him now. There's a good little gap between Chris Mullins and Isaacs, so Chris is gonna have to close that gap between Lucas Reed and that.
Chris Isaacs from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'll be up that way in June. And there is the gap between him and Lucas Reed, and there is the gap between Cliff Mullins and Chris Isaacs. And now it looks like Lucas Reed is trying to make a move. Wasn't able to get there. He was on the inside of the 48, but not able to get there. And he actually lost a lot of ground coming out of turn number 3. I'm gonna put the track map up so we can keep track of where everybody is. And 1.6 seconds separates the leader from Scott Healy. Scott Healy is making it happen. He is got that low line down, but can he catch the leader before green flag pit stops? That's definitely going to help him out to take the lead later on in the race. That means he does have that long run car, so that TRD Power is definitely making a statement here at Indianapolis. Ghost Rider.
What?
Ghost Rider.
Captain Canuck is a copycat.
Well, the top two have about a 6-second lead over Ray Courtney. Actually, 8-second lead to Stephen Light and about 6 seconds back to Ray Courtney. Ray Courtney is doing a really good job. He has extended his lead over Mark Kincaid about 5 seconds. Separate those two. Cliff Mullins is playing a little bit of peekaboo with the cameras. He is right there along with the 54. So these two are drafting together, trying to make some distance on that, close up that distance on that 96 of Ray Courtney. And let's go through the field, shall we? All right.
Absolutely.
Stephen Light is going to be our race leader. He's been led the most laps so far. Scott Healy has led 1 lap. He took the lead early in the race, and Stephen Light was able to take it right back. But Scott Healy is going to be riding in the second position. Ray Courtney is going to be sitting in third, right there where he started. You got Mark Kincaid. He is coming up through the field. He is up 3 positions from where he started and riding in fourth. Cliff Mullins is going to be in the fifth position. That's pretty much where he started this race about 17 laps ago. Chris Isaacs also on the move. He is going to be in the 6th position. Colton, he is up 4 positions, riding in 7th. That Caterpillar number 48 is also the second Toyota in the top 10. Actually, we only have 2 Toyotas. Lucas Reed, he is he is in the 8th spot. He is right there where he started this race, along with Sean Anderson. He is down 5 positions in his number 13 Ford Mustang. So he is going to be riding around in 9th. 10th is going to belong to Kyle Chafin. He is going to be down 4 positions from where he started this race. Yep.
11th is going to be Curtis Eckert. He's down 1 from where he started. Joel Muchel is currently sitting in 12th, up 3 from where he started. Nathan Lafayette's in 13th. Christopher Alkire is back in 14th. Brianna Laurent is in 15th.
Mark said he still wants to see that movie.
What movie?
Your guess is as good as mine. Well, let's put it on exciting and see if we can find the most exciting action on the track. And right now it's going to be showing Miss Brianna, and then it's going to switch over to Chris Isaacs. Chris Isaacs does have that 48 all over his back bumper, along with the 10 of Lucas Reed. And that is going to be, if they can catch up to each other, it looks like the 48 is going to look to the outside of the 3, and we're going to follow along with this little battle. And is the 48 going to be able to get there? Yes, he does. He's able to make the pass on on Chris Isaacs, and now Lucas Reed is going to look to capitalize from that pass. And here's the 54. He is very slow, and the 10 is going to make it right on by on the inside, coming out of turn number 1 and coming in turn number 2. They're going to be all clear. So the 48 and the 10 advance 2 positions. So it looks like Colton is going to be our biggest mover. He is up 6 positions, riding around in a 5th. So cars are starting to change their handling as these tires are starting to wear out. Fuel is starting to get a little bit low. We're probably going to see green flag pit stops in about I'd say 7 laps or so. But Stephen Light, he has broken out to about 2.6 second lead. So Healy's car, he may have overdrove it trying to catch the leader, and now he is falling back fast. Now over 3 seconds separate first from second. All right, Ray, if you're listening, Ghost Rider is saying pit and pit now. You can make, I don't know, if he pits now, he may not be able to make it to that stage break. He might be about 3 laps short from making it to the stage break. If he was to pit, I'd say let him pit about lap 23. He should be able to make it with no problems back to pit road. When the caution does fly.
Now, just don't screw up when he does it.
Glad to see those 4 wide guys out there in the chat rooting on their fellow drivers. And it looks like we got a little bit of a challenge for second, and that is going to be Ray Courtney taking over the second position from Scott Healy. So Ray Courtney moving up on the totem pole, taking over the second position. Now let's see if he has anything for the leader. Can he reduce that time? He is about 5.4 seconds back from the leader of Stephen Light. And he is making ground up, as you know, now it's about 5.3. So he's already taken off 0.3 of a second, on this lap. So, like I said, is Stephen Light saving what he has now 4 seconds? So he is making up a lot of time, but I don't believe he is going to be able to get there before the green flag pit stops. But like Ghost Rider said, if he pits early, he might be able to make up a little bit of that time. It looks like he has a nice long run car, maybe a little bit better than Stevens, unless he is saving what he has. And you know what? Let's take a ride with him and see if we can kind of get an idea of what he's got going on inside that race car. There you see the 6. She is just coming out of the pits, and it looks like yeah, he's running about 8,000 RPM, so he is pretty much on the throttle. Backing up the turns, so he is backing up those turns, and he is out of the gas, and that's what's allowing Courtney to catch up. So he is kind of saving fuel there, not being on the gas the whole time. So backing up those corners is definitely helping him save his car and allowing Courtney to catch up. Let's ride around with Courtney to see what he's got going on inside his race car. There he is, 8,300 RPMs, 85. So he is giving it all she has and trying to see if it's got a little bit more. Ghost Rider says, best driver coach ever. Give yourself a pat on the back.
He's coaching from the Twitch chat, though.
Well, it's still coaching if Ray has the the stream up, then he can hear what we're saying, and we're relaying messages from his coach to the driver. So we're just the middlemen in all this.
Okay. We're
And-
like cheerleaders.
Okay, so Christopher Alkire, he is going to be slow on the track. He is going to be bringing his car down pit road. It looks like he may have a little bit of damage on the front of that race car. So let's, that's not the one I wanted. That's not the one I wanted. Let's take a look at the right front. And take that tower away. Bam, bam. Yeah, that right front is pushed in a little bit. So he has maybe kissed the wall just a time or two and caused a little bit of damage. So let's see if he uses that fast repair. Right sides are going up. They didn't change those tires. Just saying. So Christopher
All gas, no tires.
They never came off the car.
I'm just saying. All gas, no tires. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, it does. It does.
The Lightning McQueen tactic.
All right, looks like we are a little bit spread out now that we are at lap number 25. It's just a matter of time before we see the leaders start bringing their cars down to pit road as Lucas Reed is in his pit box. And we got Colton. He is going to bring his Toyota down, and he's already got his service done. And he has gone and away for fresh feel goods and a full tank of go-go juice. And Stephen Light, Ray Courtney, and Cliff Mullins, they are going to be bringing their cars down in for their service also. Here comes Sean Anderson. He is going to take over the lead. Curtis Ecker is going to stay out. Joe Munchell is going to be in. Scott Healy, he is going to be bringing his Toyota down. Ooh, and Chris Isaacs, he had to lock it down to get down to pit road speed. I do believe pit road speed is going to be about 55 miles an hour, and it does sneak up on you real quick, but he did lock it down. I believe he got down to pit road speed, and I believe he's going to be all good in the neighborhood. But Sean Anderson and Curtis Ecker, they are going to be running 1 and 2 with Kyle Chapin. He is going to be right there in that number 44 Chevrolet Camaro. He is going to be riding third with Nathan Lafayette. He is going to be in that Ford 00 Mustang. He is going to be a fourth. Stephen Light going to come out fifth. Now these positions will change back as the drivers are coming out of pits. And oh my God, we got a caution.
Well, let's go take a look and see what happened.
Oh, so who is?
If anything happened.
All right, Ray Courtney shows that he may have. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Ray Courtney. There you see he is coming out of pits. He had his service. Let's speed it up a little bit. Did the pit road exit? Oh, yes. Look at that big bump right there. Let's back it up and grab another camera angle because that is a humongous bump right there coming out of pits. Right there. You see the car get upset, and he just pretty much turned it. Ghost Rider saying, "Damn it, Ray!" But considering that is blocking one of the lanes for the exit of pit road, that's probably the reason why the caution did come out. So Ray Courtney might be starting from the back, but Kyle Chapin is going to be out there out front in that number 44 Hendrick Chevrolet. Chris Isaacs going to be trapped a lap down. Christopher Alkire going to be trapped a lap down. And Mark Kincaid also trapped a lap down. So we will see them. No, actually, I don't believe anybody. I know Steven just went in the pits, so he is going to stay out. And he might trap some people. No, they're in front of the pace car, so, or in front of the field, so they'll be all right. They'll get the waiver room.
Coach Ryder said he covered the pit entry, not thinking he'd spin with new tires.
All right, Kyle Chapin bringing his car down after leading a lap, and he's going to get his services done. That's going to turn the lead back over to Stephen Light, with Sean Anderson going to be restarting in second. Cliff Mullins is going to restart in a third. Great job by Joe Munchel after those green flag pit stops and being in a position to be the biggest mover in fourth. He is going to be up 11 positions in that number 69 Mustang. So we got 2 Fords up in the top 4, and we got 2 Chevrolets with a Toyota, both Toyotas that we have on track in 5th and 6th. So TRD Power might be still in this race.
Miss Lunara saying, well, at least he didn't mess up the entry.
She does have a good point.
Ghost Rider said that's a win. He didn't mess up the pit entry. He just spun out on new tires coming off of pit road. So he should be all right.
I believe that's going to be that's not going to be the first time that we see that. So 54 waiting to get his waiver round. And the 3 are also waiting to get their waiver round. Put them back on the lead lap. They will be starting from the tail end of the field. Ray's from Canada. He's never all right. Well, after that spin, Ray is going to start off in the 8th position. Now, we're going to see how that car reacts in a lot of traffic. He's going to have to really drive the wheels off of this car to get back to where he was, but he does have a good long-run car. It looks like he did, they were able to break away. So let's see if he can work what he has and get back up to at least the 3rd position and wait for that car to kick in and everybody else's to wear out. So he's still in a pretty darn good position. So I would not count him out. Plus, we have that stage break. He needs to put himself in a good position at that stage break, which will fly in about 20 laps because the pace car lights are off, and we're going to see them go back green this time by. With 20 laps to go, he can set himself up to be in a position to win it. Quarter of the way there, 29, over a quarter of the way there, 29 laps complete of 100. All right, they're going to make that long trip down the front straightaway, and we will go green this time by. The pace car will dive off, and Stephen Light will bring them down to the green flag for the restart. Sean Anderson is going to be starting on his outside. Let's see if Sean Anderson has anything for that 99 Chevrolet of Stephen Light, with Cliff Mullins right there in 3rd. Joe Munchel making his debut here at Indianapolis in 4th, up 11 positions. Let's see if he can hang on to the biggest mover of the race. And green is out, and looks like the inside definitely got a really good restart. And that 99 is shot out of there like a rocket. 13 of Sean Anderson, he was looking to the bottom side. He looked like he had the 37 making a little bit of a run, but it looks like the 37 lost that momentum. But he is going to fight right back with the 69 on the outside. And is he going to be able to make the pass as we had a building in the way? And now they are coming down the backstretch with the 37 and the 69 in tow. Let's see, Cliff Mullins. You got Scott Hill. He is making his way back up to the 3rd position. You still have that 37 on the outside. 37 is going to lose that position to the 64. And here they come in the turn number 4. They are pretty much going to be a straight line. They are trying to let these tires settle in. There they go. They're going to drop down to the bottom side of the track or the inside of the track, trying to break that draft line. And here comes Ray Courtney. He started in 8th. Now he's up to 6th. So he has lit a fire under that Ford Mustang, trying to get back to where he was when the caution came out. Amanda, what you think?
I'm looking to see what it Yes, I think he is trying to make his way back up from where he started when that caution came out. Watching the 10 of Lucas Reed and the 48 of Colton Hopner kind of battle it out for a minute there before they hit the skip line.
Man, I just saw Stephen Light doing a little bob and weave. It looked like he had been drinking. Trying to break up that draft line. And he is still trying to break it up. And he has actually got a pretty good distance on these on second and third. And that's about a 6/10 of a second distance with about 8/10, back to Healy. So he is getting his car out there out front early. And then he can just pretty much take it easy like we seen him last time. Sean Anderson trying to break up the draft, and then that's going to allow Scott Healy to drive right on by. So that's going to be a position change for the second position. So that's going to put Scott Healy right back up in the second, dropping Sean Anderson down to third. Still up one position from where he started this race 32 laps ago. So still not a bad job by that number 13. Joe Macho did lose a little bit of ground since the restart. He is back now to sixth. Still the biggest mover of the race.
Wait.
Read the chat.
Oh, Lord. I'm scared. Give me a second.
All right, let's go find the most exciting battle.
You know what? This should be like a shirt.
Dad Joke of the Year nominee. All right, let's see how, some of these guys that were trapped a lap down. You got Mark Kincaid. He was trapped a lap down, and he has worked his way up to the 11th position. You got Chris Isaac still back there in 13th. So not a good move for him. And you also have Christopher Alkire. He is back here in 14th. You got Brianna Laurent. She is going to be back here in 15th. But Stephen Light, he's got Healy in pursuit of the lead. He is about a half a second in front of Healy. Let's see if that Toyota can make his way up, or see if Healy can make Stephen overdrive the car and burn up his tires. But Healy is not letting that number 99 break away so easily this time by. 35 laps complete of 100. Still anybody's race. Very, very long race left to go. 19 viewers out there in the chat. We appreciate y'all stopping by. We enjoy having y'all out there in the chats. Blow up the chats. Throw them jokes out there. We love a good laugh. Tell us who you're rooting for. I know some of you are rooting for the 96. We got quite a few viewers out there, so tell us who you're rooting for. Curtis Ecker up one spot. He is going to be working in the 9th position. He's got Colton right there in front of him. So, and this is Curtis's first time really turning any laps here at the Indianapolis Oval. So to be riding around in the 10th position is really a good accomplishment. Well, that's not a specific number there, Jack. Just saying.
I mean, the 96.
96. Chris Nice says the 6. LOL. Yes, that's better. That's better.
Much better.
Speaking of the 96, he is back here in the 5th position. So from starting in 8th, he has worked his way up 3 spots. And he has got Cliff Mullins and Sean Anderson right there within reach. So we're going to see that 96 move up, and probably by the end of this, before the end of the stage. I'm going to say by lap probably 42, we're going to see that 96 make a move for the 3rd position. There you see the run off of turn number 1. He has a really good run, and is he going to be able to get there out of turn number 2? That it could be possible. Not quite. He made up a little bit of ground. He's got the draft help, and now he is right there on the back bumper. Is he going to cut to the inside and take the low lane? Not this time. He's going to ride it high and get a really good run coming off of turn number 3. Let's see how he makes it. He does. He gets a really good entrance into turn number 4, and he's going to cut it down low. He's going to ride that white line. It looks like the 37 took a little bit higher line, but he still got a little bit of a draft, and here he goes. He's going to make the move to the inside, coming down the front stretch. And he is going to have it. He has taken the preferred lane coming into turn number 1, so he is going to take over the 4th position. He's going to push that 37 up to the high lane, and he is going to take it over. He's got enough space. Can he clear the 37? Yes, he does. Now he's got his sights set on Sean Anderson. Sean Anderson riding in the 3rd position. This is going to be a battle between 2 Fords. He's already passed the Chevrolet. Now let's see if he can get past that other Ford Power. Sean Anderson trying to block the lane that Ray Courtney wants, coming out of really close by the 37, and here they come out of turn number 4. Are they going to be able to? The 37 gets a little bit out of shape. That's going to be Cliff Mullins putting the power down and putting a little bit too much down, because he lost a little bit of ground trying to fight with the 96 of Ray Courtney. Now Sean Anderson has made up a little bit of distance on the 96. Let's see if the 96 has anything with only 11 laps to go before the stage break. Let's see what happens in the next 10 laps. Can Ray Courtney get up to the 3rd position? Looks like he got a pretty good exit off of turn number 2, coming down the backstretch. And he's got it. The 13 is going to let him sail right on by on that outside. So 96 is making a lot of moves, and we're going to go up here to the top 2, and we're going to see what they're doing. It's still about a half a second that separates these 2, and it looks like Ray Courtney has a lot of work to do, but he is about 4.3 seconds back from these 2 leaders. Stephen Light still trying to break up that draft from the 64 of Scott Healy, and he is having the time of his life because Scott Healy is making up some ground. Amanda, what you see?
I'm sitting here watching the same thing you're watching, Richard. Stephen Light's got a all over the track up there. Not sure what he's doing.
Trying to get pulled over for DUI. I don't know.
Well, now Scott Healy's doing the same thing. Quick. Call the popo.
But it looks like Stephen Light is either, giving his car a break, or he's being easy on his car, or Scott Healy has a better long run car, because he is now about 0.4 of a second back. He has got the draft. He is 0.3 of a second. So it looks like Stephen Light has a better corner into 1, makes up a little bit of ground on turn number 1, but turn number 2 looks like that 64 has it down pat as he gets a little bit out of shape, and there they go. He's going to try to break up that draft once again. Bobbing and weaving. And be honest with you, that has actually helping Stephen Light from, from Healy really closing up that gap. Well, Ray Courtney has a mirror full of Cliff Mullins, and we saw him get out of shape, and he lost a little bit of ground, but now he is right there back on the back bumper of that number 96 Ford Mustang of Ray Courtney. And is he going to look to the inside? Not going to be able to get there. He wasn't quick enough. Ray Courtney was able to take that line away from him. Gets a little bit out of shape. Ray Courtney does extend that to about 0.2 of a second lead. He was about a 0.15 second lead on that number 37, and there he goes coming down the backstretch. He has got Cliff Mullins still in fourth. And there is that battle from the rear chase cam of the 37. You know, that number 37, you know, his paint scheme kind of reminds me of the Daytona Hydro Dip of Zach Stevens. The honeycomb look, that is actually a pretty cool looking paint scheme. I like that.
Hold on, which car are you looking at?
The 37. Ooh, we got the yellow. I don't have an indicator of who it was.
Curtis
The
Ecker
19.
crashed.
Well, let's
Curtis
go back.
has crashed.
Let's go take it back and take a look and see what happened to Curtis. Ooh,
Oh!
he may have helped somebody a little bit. All right, let's back it up just a little bit because that is a fantastic battle between him and Joe Munchell.
We don't have a side-by-side. I keep forgetting that we don't have a side-by-side.
Yeah, my fault, my fault.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, let's take a look and see what happened. Joe Munchell going to be on the outside. Curtis Ecker going to dive it down to the inside, and that's going to be Mark Kincaid right there in front of these two. It looks like he dives it down, and the car just would not stick, and he is going to get into the left rear quarter panel of that 69. Joe Munchell doing a really good job of drifting that car all the way around that turn, but he does get a little bit too sideways, straightens it back out. But that's the double bump right there is gonna be what sends Curtis Ecker into the 10 of Lucas Reed, and that's gonna be our small little pileup. Unknowing Axe says the 37 is one of my better paints I've made. Well, that is actually a nice looking paint. All right, well, that's going to change up the dynamic of this race. Now, who will stay out and who will go in? And it looks like Sean Anderson and Lucas Reed are going to bring their cars in. Of course, Lucas Reed was involved in that incident. Nathan Lafayette is going to bring his car down for some service. Stephen Light is going to stay out. And Scott Healy, Ray Courtney back up to third. Mark Kincaid going to work his way up to the fourth position after everybody took their pits. I wonder how this is going to play out. Is this going to be their stage break, or will they go a couple laps?
You know, it could be strategy. It could be.
Yeah, it definitely could be. Well, Ghost Rider's out there saying, wait not to be the yellow there, Ray. Watch pit entry. For the love of God, pit exit. Well, we are almost halfway there, folks. And everybody is chasing this man right here, that 99 of Stephen Light. Scott Healy not doing a bad job of staying up with the leader of Stephen Light. Him and in his number 64 Premier's setups paint scheme. I too run the Premier setups. Actually, they're really good setups, and you know, I have nothing bad to say about them. I have won a lot of races with those setups. Chase out there, if he spins on pit exit again, I'm pulling for the 64. All right, Ray, no pressure. No pressure. Actually, you know what? let's see. Is he in the Discord? No, he's not in the Discord.
Did Brianna just blink out?
No, she's still there.
It was the weirdest thing. I looked away for a second, and then I see a green flashing car.
Well, Ray Courtney not in the Discord, but you know, we have a little bit of time here. Let's talk to Mr. Scott Healy. Scott, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do. What's up, man?
Not a whole lot, but you are making that number 64 look pretty darn good. It looks like you got a little bit of speed in that car, but do you have anything for that 99 before the stage break?
We'll see. I'm having some shifting issues trying to resolve it. It's been going on throughout the race, so we'll see what I can do. Try to fix it and try to get up there. But me and him, we basically have the same speed, so it's kind of tough right now. But I've got to try everything I can do.
Well, that Premier Setups number 64 it looks really good out there in front. We'll let you get back down to your chat. Good luck on the closing laps to the stage.
Appreciate it, my man. Catch you later.
All right, man. All right, that was Scott Healy. He is looking for a good finish here at the end of the stage. We're going to have about 3 laps to go. That pace car is going to dive off, and we are getting ready to go green once again. Let's see if he can get that car moving. Pick the right one. There we go. Green flag is out. 99 is on the gas, and so is the 96 of Ray Courtney. Ray Courtney looking to the inside, not going to get there from the 64. 64 going to block him down low. That checked the 96 up, and now he's got a little bit of work to do when Mark Kincaid right there behind Ray Courtney. And we got a little bit of battle, and that's going to be the 13 and the 3. That's going to be Sean Anderson on the outside, and the 3 of Chris Isaacs on the inside, along with the 37. He is going to be right there in tow. Chris Isaacs trying to get a good finish here. He is just out of the top 10 in points for the playoffs, and he is looking for a pretty darn good finish. With Zach Mecca not being right here, that is going to be automatically move them up in the points. And Chris Nice says, yep, she blinked.
See, it wasn't just me. It was kind of funny to see it, though.
Well, right here, we got a battle for the lead, and it's a 4-way battle. And look at Mark Kincaid. He is coming out of nowhere. He is going to try to take over the 3rd position. Him and Ray Courtney side by side. You got the 99 and the 64 side by side. Coming into turn number 2, and this is going to be for the stage break win. Can the 64 do it? Can Ray Courtney get with the 64 and push him to the front? And will the 64 help him out to get him to second? But Stephen Light has had his first challenge of the night, and that is going to be by the 64 of Scott Healy. Not going to be able to do it on the outside, but Mark Kincaid is going to be looking to the inside of Ray Courtney. Can he get there? Coming in, out of turn number 4, that 54 is going to have his nose out there, and old Mark Kincaid gets a little bit loose. And the caution is out. Curtis Ecker is showing that he crashed again, and the 43 is going to be involved. So that's probably going to be our stage break right there with Light, Healy, and Courtney in 3rd. Mark Kincaid going to finish in 4th. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened on that yellow flag. There's the 19. There's the 43. And let's see. Looks like this is going to be turn number 4. Curtis Ecker going to be on that bottom side. It looks like the 43 holding that top line. No, this is going to be turn number 3. And it looks like that 43 just broke loose. And Curtis Ecker has nowhere to go. Never saw it coming. He got a blindside punch to the right front of that car. And they're going to go down to the inside safer barrier wall. And looks like Curtis's car might be all right as long as he doesn't collect any more damage. Get on those brakes. Get on those brakes. No, he's going to collect the outside wall. Ooh, so a big hit for the 19 and the 43 to bring out our next caution. Caution number 3 here at halfway in the race. So, Amanda, who you got your eyes on to win this race?
Well, I really hadn't even thought about it, Richard.
You're a broadcaster and you haven't thought about who you're going to pick for a race win.
Nope.
We do this every week, in and out.
Are we halfway there yet? Hold on.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so this is about the time that I picked. Okay, so honestly, so
Ooh, big mistake by Stephen Light.
What?
He had to back up into his pit stop.
uh-oh.
But go ahead.
So who have you picked?
I'm not revealing until you reveal, so we make sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna go with Ray Courtney.
Okay. Let's go back and make sure he didn't spin out coming out of pit road. Okay. So Ghost Rider, he is good. And Chase, he is good. He's good. I am. Space Force loves some Ray.
Oh. What? Lord.
All right, so I am gonna try Cliff Mullins. He is driving that number 37. Right now, he is looking to be starting in third. I'm kind of tossed up. You know, you got quite a few good cars from third back to sixth, actually back to seventh, because Kincaid was in that little bit of battle before the caution came out. You know, so all the way back to seventh is a lot of good cars. So it is very easily one of those guys' race. So yeah, I'm gonna say the 37 of Mullins might have a chance here tonight at the Indy Oval.
Okay.
Jack said it's the chair force, not the space force.
That's right. That is absolutely correct. I am great
So
at guarding chairs.
is your flight training spinning around in your chair?
No. No. It actually is not. I actually don't get flight training. I never got flight training, to be honest.
Seat training?
No, I did warehouse work.
Were you sitting in a chair?
Nope.
Paper airplanes.
Oh my god.
I love this chat. Well, 19 viewers out there in the chats. We appreciate y'all stopping by, giving us a really good laugh. We definitely enjoy that. We love the jokes. We can take them, throw them all out there, and it looks like we are going to be going in green flag racing with Nathan Lafayette out here leading this race in that 00 Ford Mustang. We got two Fords on the front row, and you got one Chevrolet behind the 00, and here comes that Toyota of Scott Healy. He's going to be looking to the inside of that number 13. And is he going to be able to get there this time? It looks like the outside is going to prevail. But look at Cliff Mullins. He is going to be up there in second. He is going to be right there behind Nathan Lafayette and trying to catch up to that Ford Mustang. Now, Stephen Light has not been in traffic as of yet, and now he has got quite a few cars, 4 cars to be exact, in front of him, trying to stay in front of him. So we'll see how that car reacts in traffic, as we have not seen it yet in the traffic, and he is going to be working his way around Sean Anderson for the 4th position. Everybody else looks to be a single file, but it looks like that 37, my pick of Cliff Mullins. He's going to be looking to the inside, trying to make a move on the inside of that 00. Is he going to be able to get there? He is going to be side by side. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 00 and the 64. And a 64 did hit the wall, but it did not slow him down. Amazing. And there he is going to make the pass on the inside. That is going to be Scott Healy. He may have a little bit of damage on the right front of that race car, so we're going to go and take a look and see if he has any right front damage. And let's get rid of that tire so we can actually see. No, he looks kind of good in my neighborhood. Not a lot of, looks like that car can take a beating. Well, Stephen Light did make it around the 00 on the outside. Here they come around turn number 4, and it's going to be Cliff Mullins to the lead. And he has got a 64. Scott Healy working on the inside. Is he going to be able to get there? That's that TRD power coming to the inside into turn number 1, and he is going to be able to take it away. Here comes Stephen Light. He is going to be working in the 3rd position. He is right there behind the 37 of Cliff Mullins. Is he going to be able to get there? Coming into turn number 2, he's 37 is going to take the bottom lane, take that lane away from Stephen Light, but Stephen is going to have the run off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. He's definitely got the draft with Sean Anderson right there in 3rd. Got a little bit of battle between Ray Courtney and Nathan Lafayette. He is going to try to make his way around on the bottom side in turn number 3. He's going to make it, and coming out of turn number 3, he is going to be able to complete that pass. So Nathan Lafayette staying on those older tires. This could be an advantage for that 00 because now he has an extra set compared to everybody else in the pits. Last aircraft Amanda tried to land was the
giant hot air balloon. It's a giant hot air balloon.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't like y'all no more.
Hey, this is not me. I'm just laughing. I'm laughing about the jokes. Hey, you said you could take them, so I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh about them.
However,
I'm gonna laugh
the
about them.
Hindenburg was a hot air balloon. It doesn't even count.
Is it air? Is it filled with air?
It's a hot air balloon.
Okay, it's filled with hot air, and it's a craft, so that makes it an aircraft.
You know what?
It counts.
I can't talk to you either. I can't talk to you either.
It counts. It counts. Well, you go ahead.
I got no words. I hate you guys.
No.
I'm so full of hot air. I said, you know what? I'm gonna remember that. It wasn't air.
Actually, no. That was good. I don't know. I'm not sure. Google it.
So one of my best friends just messaged me, private messaged me, and he says, it's not funny that they keep picking on you about your service. It's okay because you were in the Army.
Yeah, that's not much better.
No.
But I am proud of my service, and you are proud of your service, and that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
We serve.
No.
Hydrogen.
Really?
Yes.
So the 3 car has to bet the 10 to get in the playoff.
Beat the 10.
You mean beat?
Yeah. Beat the 10 to get into the playoffs, which right now, you know, they are pretty much right there in front of each other. And we all go through the misspellings.
I can't spell.
No, predicament.
I'm kidding. I didn't enter the Army.
Oh. Well, Nathan Lafayette is going to be dropping down in positions as Lucas Reed is going to be moving up to the 8th, and that's going to drop Nathan Lafayette down to 9th. You got the 48 of Colton. He is going to be trying to catch up to that 00 and take another position away from him. Joe Munchel, he is still our biggest mover of the race. He is up 4 positions with that 44 in tow. He is going to be down 6 positions from where he started. Christopher Alkire, he is going to be right there where he started this race in 13th. Got Curtis Ecker working on the inside, and that is going to be a 4th position. And he is going to be able to make his way around. He's going to be in 12th position. So that 19 has still got a little bit of life left in it. But that 19 does have a little bit of life left in it, as you know, Curtis Ecker, he is moving up to the 12th position, and it looks like Joe Munchel has disappeared. So Joe Munchel is possibly out of the race as of right now. We'll throw up that tower, which I thought I had it up there. Yes, Joe Munchel is going to be showing out. Brianna Laurent, she is going to be 2 laps down. She's still out there on the track, but 2 laps down. We're looking for those cautions, get those laps back. There's going to be the 44 of Kyle Chapin. He is down 5 positions, riding in the 11th. So Curtis Ecker trying to make up a little bit of time. Ecker is about 0.8 of a second back from that 44 and making up ground. So we can see a position change there probably here very shortly. But 48 of Colton, he is working on that 00, and he has got Lucas Reed and Chris Isaacs right there in front of the 00 of Nathan Lafayette. Ray Courtney is back to 5th. He wasn't able to get around Sean Anderson, but this could be, as these cars make their laps around, they only got about 12 laps on their tires as of right now. Now Ray Courtney's car is a little bit better on the long run, so we might see this car really wake up after about 20 laps or so. Jason. His phone has lost its mind.
Jack is offering to share crayons.
I don't know with who, but I think it's to you.
No, I think he's gonna share crayons with supper Skittles, but I mean, you know, you might need the crayons.
Yeah, I am kind of hungry. Yeah.
I have some.
Do you got green? Because I really like lemon lime.
I can check.
Okay. All right, Ray Courtney making a pass on Sean Anderson, and that car is finally waking up. And now Ray Courtney has Cliff Mullins in his sights in that 3rd position. Now he started in the fifth position, but now riding in 3rd, and Ray Courtney started in 4th, and he's been up in the top 5 until he had a little bit of an incident coming off the pit road, and now this is the furthest, he has been the furthest back so far all race and working his way back up. So he's had to be in traffic, but that car has woken up here at lap 62, and it is making some pretty fast laps. Actually, let's go and look at the laps time buys, and it looks like 53.27 for Courtney. So he is a little bit slower than Mullins, but it looks like that car is a little bit better off the turns. Mark Kincaid making some pretty fast laps out of 52.88, so he could be catching that 96 of Ray Courtney. Ray Courtney was a little bit faster that time, pretty much matched the speed of Cliff Mullins, and it looks like the top 2, they are breaking away really far. Well, not really far, but about almost 4 seconds.
Okay. So I have 5 green crayons.
What speed is that Canadian? You have 5 green crayons? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you have options. So there's like a bold and bright, there's a metallic, there's a pastel, a pearl, and then there's glitter. I don't know how you're gonna feel about glitter because it might get stuck in your teeth. Just saying.
She has a marine buffet. That is awesome.
Yes.
Well, it looks like
See, I was worried about the glitter jacks, why they haven't been opened yet, but you know. So what happens when you have a 10-year-old daughter who colors everything. Not to mention the 100 pack. Actually, no, that's my color pencils. Is it like a 240 pack of crayons? Something crazy. I have a 100 pack of color
shit.
pencils.
What the hell did that come from?
What is that?
I don't know.
Fix it.
I fixed it. That was crazy.
How do you know? I want to know how Ghost Rider can say what he said in his last comment. It's a 240 pack of crayons, guys. With Crayola special. 420 sounds good though.
The glitter ball. I want to know. Yeah. How does he know that? But anyways, we're going to go back to this race, and it looks like Cliff Mullins losing a lot of ground to that, Cliff Mullins losing a lot of ground to the 96, and the chat had me forget what I was about to say. But the 96, it might be making a move for the third position as they come out of turn number 2. That number 96 is going to be all over the back bumper, and Ray Courtney is actually starting to track the leaders down because there is second place right there in front of the 37, and the 37 is losing a lot of speed. So that car is definitely waking up as we are almost 3/4 of the way there. We got about 9 laps to go before we've hit 3/4 of the way. We've seen 4 cautions, including the stage. No, that was a stage break. So 3 cautions. And there is a move for third place around the 96. The 96 of Scott Healy. And he is able to make that pass on Scott Healy for that third position. 37 of Cliff Mullins. He is going to be right there in second, and he does have the draft. He's going to get a good entry coming into turn number 2. Let's go back to Ray Courtney so we can see this. Will he get the good exit? Will he try to break the draft? No, he's not going to try to break the draft. He's going to try to work with the 96, but they're going to need all 3 cars to really catch that 99. But I believe once they catch that 99, I believe Ray Courtney will be able to overtake the 99, because as these guys are racing back here side by side, it is going to allow that 99 to break away just a little bit. So Ray Courtney is going to lose that position to Scott Healy. So Scott Healy is going to move back up to third. What happens in Vegas still travels home with you. And stays on YouTube in some cases, Mark said.
I mean, yeah, sometimes you take what happens to Vegas home with you, and yeah, no.
Well, we got a nice little battle back here with Curtis Ecker back here. He is going to have Mark Kincaid and Lucas Reed right there in front of him. He's going to make the pass on the 48. Colton in that one of those lonely Toyotas. But Curtis Ecker looking to the inside of the 10, not going to be able to get there this time. This is going to be a battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. 7th, 8th, and 9th. And it looks like he's got a little bit of help. He's going to look to the inside of Lucas Reed. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that is Lucas Reed, and he is going to be able to nose himself out. Coming to the start-finish line, they are going to be side by side. Coming in turn number 1, he was going to be able to make the pass. Does he have a good entry? And it looks like the car might stay on track, and it looks like Lucas Reed was trying to fight right back, but he was not able to get there. Now he's got Mark Kincaid in his sights. Now these drivers need a really good finish and to move up in the points to really be safe when it comes to being locked in. And Ray Courtney has moved himself up to 3rd. It looks like Cliff Mullins is going to fall back to 4th position. He has got Sean Anderson right there behind him. And we'll go to our ticker instead of our tower, give you a full screen view of what we see here in the booth. Only if you get caught.
Yeah, ex-husbands come home with you too.
Yeah, those don't tend to stay in Vegas.
No. Should have left them in Vegas.
Bling!
What? What was that? Yes, that part. Yes.
Well, back out front, it looks like Stephen Light has been able to increase his lead to about 1.6 seconds. And the top 3 were really tracking him down. They were pretty much all in a line. But as the 64, the 96, and the 37 got to battling it out, that really allowed Stephen Light to really increase his lead over those 3 cars. And some of them may have burned up their tires already. Now, we should be seeing green flag pit stops happen here within the next 5 laps or so. Let's look at the pit laps. Get out of there. And it looks like everybody pitted at lap 49, so they can go about 27 laps on fuel. Now, some probably clutched it and saved a little bit of fuel. Yeah, and he was all shook up that night.
Really?
Yeah, bad Elvis joke. Oh, my part. But did you get married by Elvis?
No.
Paw.
Nope. Sure didn't.
There's no fun in that. Oh, you got everybody intrigued now. They want to hear a story.
No, it wasn't Elvis.
T-Rex? Something?
No, it was an older guy who didn't speak good English, and yeah. Everybody expects tips in Vegas. Like, that's the bad
Undercover
thing about people.
cop.
Everybody, not an undercover cop. No. Looking back, I questioned. I think the dude probably had a green card. They did that to make money. So.
A big hit to the 48 to the outside safer barrier wall, and that's going to allow Curtis Ecker to improve that distance he has between the 48 and the 19. So we could see a position change there. By a midget. You can't say that. He beat me to it.
Which one? Go sure. Ghost Rider said he's trying to give someone a tip. And Mark was saying he would get ruined by a midget little person.
In leather.
I got no words.
Well, I say there's a battle heating up between the 19 and the 48. And it looks like the 19, or excuse me, that was the 44. And 19 was not able to get there. He was trying to utilize that draft, and he checked up for turn number 1. Now coming into turn number 2. Lost a little bit of ground to that 44.
Wow.
All right, looks like our top 2 are going to go ahead and bring them into the pits, and they're locking them down really hot and heavy on the brakes. And it looks like Scott Healy is out of trouble just a little bit. He lets the 96 right on by. I might have to back that up just a little bit to see exactly what happened, because they were on the brakes, and it looks like Scott Healy had enough room from the 96. So he just had a little bit of a bad entry. Here they come, coming out of turn number 4. They take it down to pit road, almost misses the commitment cone. Both drivers on the brakes very hard, and Scott Healy just takes it down to the pit boxes, the empty pit boxes, that is. So, everybody, Ray Courtney is going to be out. Watch that bump there, Ray. Oh, he does. He watches it. All right, that's going to be Stephen Light is going to be in. Sean Anderson is going to be in. And Cliff Mullins is going to be in. Ray Courtney is going to be the first one out. Mark Kincaid is going to be the second one out of pit road. And Brianna is going to be Brianna Laurent is going to be right there in front of them. Chris Isaacs, Colton, and Curtis Ecker all coming out of their pits. All right, Stephen Light is in the pits as of right now. Let me see his car. There he is, getting the left sides put on, and the 96 is right there. He's coming down he's coming down the front stretch. I don't believe he's going to have the speed with Mullins right there behind the 99. I don't believe he's going to have enough time to catch him, but Sean Anderson is going to be out of the pits, and there is Ray Courtney. So they're all going to be right there together, but they're going to be pretty much spaced out. He is going to be able to take over thirds. How close is he to looks like Courtney is going to have about a second and a half to Mullins in that 37. Stephen Light has about 2 seconds on Mullins, so Anderson looks about 1.1 seconds behind the 96 of Ray Courtney. Ray Courtney getting a little bit out of shape coming out of turn number 1. He does get it collected and gets a really good entry on turn number 2, and down the back stretch they go. Chris Isaacs is making a statement. He is up 4 positions, riding around in the 5th spot. He's got Colton right there behind him in the 48 Toyota, and he is running around in 6th. 44 too fast on pit entry, so he is going to drop. He is actually going to have to stop and serve a black flag, and this is going to make him the first car 1 lap down if they catch him before he can get out, and they do. So he is going to go 1 lap down. Oh, 64 and 10. Too fast on pit road. Well, what we got going on with the 13, I wonder, because he is bringing his car down pit road. And he has got bad right side damage. So let's go take a look and see what happened to Sean Anderson. We might have to back it up just a little bit as Sean Anderson. Let's go take a look.
All right.
We are going to have to back it up manually because it didn't give me an indicator that he crashed. So let's go to his car. Looks like he's already got damage there. Right there it was. Coming out of the turn, and it looks like his car was out of shape, and he just smacked that wall. Very hard hit, which locked down that right front tire, and he had to make an unscheduled pit stop, so the 13 might be out of the running unless we see a caution come out. He might be out of the running. Joe Munchell said, well, Joel, what happened to you, man? Christopher Alkire going to be 7 laps down. He's going to be still out there running. Oh, and there it is. There's what that 13 was looking for. But who brought out the caution? That's going to be Scott Healy crashed, bringing out the yellow flag. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Scott Healy. Looks like his car just broke loose. So this track is definitely changing. And look at him work the wheel, trying to keep that car straight. And there he goes, straight into the wall. And that's going to turn that car right on around, facing the wrong direction. But let's go back a little bit further and see what it. Just a bad entry. Track is changing. Track is a little bit slick. Oh my goodness, and look at that hard hit. And that's going to spin that car all the way around. That was pretty good. I like it. So Scott Healy going to bring his car down pit road with 19 laps left to go. Darren Bruce packet loss. Oh, dang. All right, is pit road going to be busy? Yes, it is. Here comes the 37. Here comes the 99. It looks like Ray Courtney going to stay out. Very, very interesting. Ray Courtney going to take over the lead for the first time tonight. Looks like Curtis Ecker is going to be riding around in a 5th position with Chris Isaacs bringing his car down. He is going to be sitting in 6th. All these positions are probably going to change with them coming out of pits. And Lucas Reed going to stay out, I believe. And Sean Anderson got saved by the bell. So he should be first car 1 lap down, which he is. So he will be grabbing the lucky dog, I believe. Well, sorry to hear that, Joel. We were definitely rooting for you up here in the booth. You had definitely had a fast car, and you had a pretty good battle until that happened. Yeah, yeah, it goes right. It is a very bold strategy. So I'm kind of I'm trying to figure out. You know what? Let's bring him up and talk to him. No, that's right. He's not in the Discord. But Cliff Mullins is, and let's bring him up to talk to him. He's had a pretty good night so far tonight. He is going to be starting in third, right there behind Courtney. So let's bring him up. Cliff, this is Richard and Amanda up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you've had a pretty fast race car here tonight at Indy. Tell me how that car's feeling, and tell us what you got for these last 18 laps. Do you have anything to get that number 37 out front and win this thing?
We've been really good on long runs, which is amazing for me. Never happens. But yeah, I've just been trying to do whatever Steven does. I know he's pretty much class of the field, and that's really the one I've been trying to catch. And I can kind of reel him in probably with a little bit of fuel saving. But realistically, he just took tires, and I just took tires, so it's going to be a drag race for it now. I don't know necessarily if I'm as fast as he is, but I'm going to give it the best shot I got.
Absolutely. Well, you are my pick for the night, so hopefully you will at least finish on the podium. But you got a lot of fast cars behind you also, so good luck on this restart. The 99 did not pit, so he's going to be on a little bit older tires, so be careful on that restart, and good luck, my friend.
And 4, thank you.
Not a problem. What chat were you in, by the way? I know you were by yourself, but...
No, I was in one of the general ones.
All right, we'll throw you back in there. All right, well, we are back, and Amanda, where you at?
Right here.
Disappeared on me.
Didn't disappear.
Amanda, where
I'm
you
just
at?
listening. I'm right here. Richard. You really can't hear me? Richard.
Well, she must have stepped away.
What the fuck?
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to hurt you.
Well, green flag is about to be back out. And that 96 is going to be lead them down the field, and here they come. Green flag is out. 99 and 96 got a really good jump on that front row, and there is the 37. The 99 is going to inch his way out in front and utilize that low lane, but can the 99 make the pass on the outside? Ray Courtney going to be trapped on the bottom, coming out of turn number 1. He's going to have the entrance lane in turn number 2, but it looks like the 99 is going to be just a little bit better on those fresher tires. And there he is. He's going to make it clear out of turn number 2. Now, this could be a good strategy by Ray Courtney because he still has a set of tires in a pit lane. So will he be able to use them later on in the race, as they are 3 wide? Holy crap, right back here. That is going to be the 19. Oh, a little bit of touching between the 19 and the 3. And here they come into turn number 1. They're going to get it straightened out. There's the 64.
Here's the vet and know all that.
Yes, he was definitely making it interesting. And look at Curtis Ecker for the first time being on this track. He is running in the 5th position, up 5 positions. Colton has made it up to 4th. And here comes... Scott Healy is actually a lap down, so that is not going to be for a position, but he still does have a fast car out there on the track. But that 37 is still trying to track down that 96, and the 96 is finally right there along with the 99, and we got some trouble back here in the back, and it looks like that 13 went for a ride coming out of turn number 2. And they are still racing it out like it is the last lap. There you have Mark Kincaid. We haven't talked about him much tonight, but he is going to be up 1 position in that 54 Chevrolet Camaro. He's going to be working on the outside of Curtis Ecker. Curtis Ecker trying to hold that inside line. Will he be able to hold off that 54? Don't believe he's going to, so he's going to tuck right there behind Mark Kincaid. And Sean Anderson right there in the mix. He is going to be a lap down also. But that 64 is trying to make a statement here saying, hey, I still got some speed. I'm going to be the first car one lap down, and that he is. So if the caution does come out, he will get that lucky dog as he goes a little bit wide on that turn. And the 3 is going to make an evasive maneuver. He's going to try to keep his car straight. That's going to be Chris Isaacs right there in that number 3 Genesis Aviation Chevrolet Camaro. All right, Amanda, what you thinking? We got 14 laps to go. What you thinking? Another caution? Going to be spread out? We've seen some long flag runs.
I'm thinking we're gonna see some long green flag runs, but we're also probably gonna see at least one more crash, one more caution.
And now, there's the broadcaster's curse right there. Didn't come from me, folks. It came from somebody else. So, can't blame me.
It was me. It was me.
Curtis Eckert has got a little bit of a challenge from Sean Anderson. That is going to be a lap down car. He is trying to catch that number 64 of Scott Healy to challenge him for the first car one lap down. But he has got his hands full with Curtis Eckert, but Curtis Eckert is going to give up that spot, and he doesn't want to use up those tires with a lap down car. But he has got Lucas Reed, and he has got Chris Isaacs right there behind him trying to make some moves, and it looks like Curtis Eckert is going to be able to block that lane and keep that 10 at bay right there in the 7th position. Now, like I said, for somebody that has not raced this track, it just bought it just before it just before we went green, you know, he's doing a really good job in 6th place, up 4 positions. Biggest mover is going to be Colton in that number 48. He is up 7 positions. He's right there behind Mullins. Mullins might have his hands full because that 48 has, you know, turned up the heat, and he is making some ground up. And the one thing that Ray Courtney does have, you know, going for himself is he does have a lap down car. And, oh, we got a crash back there. That is going to be Nathan Lafayette, and looks like the 44 of Chafin. So we're going to have to go back and take a look at that. And it happened way before that, so we're going to have to back it up. Sorry, folks. Usually I don't have to back up the replays, but most of the time, race control is going to be throwing those flags. So by the time he does throw them, it's already past the point of my replay. So we're going to have to back it up just a little bit and take a look and see what happened. And it looks like the 44 tried to make a move to the inside. There you see Nathan right there behind Chris Isaacs. And this is probably where Ray Courtney is going to shine, because now, ooh, looks like he comes right up the track into the 00, and that's going to take him down the track. Now, could something have happened earlier on to cause this? Now that's going to be a broke axle. I don't believe that car will be able to make it back around the track, so he might have to tow, and that's going to be very catastrophic. There you see the 44 has a left wheel damage, so that might be the end of their night right there. And there is the commentator curse. She threw some voodoo in that.
Maybe. It is a full moon currently.
Well, that explains it.
Yep, that's what it is.
Man's cake.
I'm gonna sit here, play with my crystals, and, you know, put some voodoo on a couple drivers. I'm kidding.
That wicked witch from the south. Well, that actually helped Scott Healy, because Scott Healy was the first car one lap down. And Scott Healy was the first car 1 lap down. So that means he is going to get that lap back, and he is going to start from the tail end of the longest line. Oh my God! Do you see this chat?
I do.
Yeah, I just lost my whole train of thought after I saw that. I'm like, what? Ray Courtney staying out. He elected not to pit. He's going to have the oldest tires out of these top 3. So let's check and see where he pitted at. Courtney pitted at lap 75. Everybody pitted after that. And you got... so very interesting strategy by Courtney. And, let's...
Oh, we can't ask him what his strategy is.
Nope. But
No. Okay, so listen, guys. I am in Florida, so when it comes to teeth, yes, you have to check a chick's teeth in Florida because half the time they're not real. Mine, however, are real,
all right, well...
and I have on my teeth.
Let's bring a driver up and let's give him an interview real quick and see what he's got left for these 9 laps to go. We're going to bring up Mr. Stephen Light. So,
Alrighty.
Stephen, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy? Stephen, this is Richard and Amanda up in the booth. You got a copy? Well, I don't believe he's available.
I mean, the lights are on, but nobody's home
That's not nice.
because he's not muted. He's not muted. His stuff's all clear. So
Let's see who else we got out there. We got, who have we not interviewed? I'd like to bring up the 48, but I don't see him in the chat either.
who's 48? Hold on.
Cliff Mullins is in a general. That is going to be,
Hoffner?
yeah, Hoffman.
Nope.
All right, well, let's see who else we got out there. Curtis will hate me if I bring him up and he crashes, so I'm not going to do that. Curtis Eckert. So let's bring up Mr. Mark Kincaid. Mark, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy. I know you're about to go green, but I wanted to talk to you for a minute.
Okay, let's get it done real quick.
Well, man, you've been running pretty good, and right now you're hanging out in that top 5. These drivers have been pretty fast all night. Do you have anything left in the tank for these top 5 drivers?
There's a couple of them up there I think I can run with. Right now it looks like Steven's class of the field. I don't know. I'm going to do my best, but I ain't going to say I got nothing for him.
Well, that 54 has been looking pretty good all night. You've stayed out of trouble, and man, good luck on this restart, and bring it on home. You got 7 laps to go when you go back green.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Not a problem.
I couldn't fuck.
Green, green, green.
I hope that wasn't for me, but all right, we are back green flag racing. Oh my God, I got a screen full of stuff. Let me get rid of some of that stuff. There we go. And the green flag is back out, and it looks like Ray Courtney is going to take that bottom line and get down there very quick. We're not interviewing him because he's not in Discord. But look at that Cliff. Look at that Cliff Mullins, 37. He is going to be looking to the inside, not going to be able to get there, and looks like that 96 is doing whatever he can to stay with Steven Light's draft, but it looks like that 99 had the jump on the restart and was able to do what he could to keep that going. And here we go, coming out of turn number 4. He's going to be coming down the front stretch, and let's look at the gap that he has between him and the 96. It's about 0.6 of a second, with Mullins right there on the 96 back bumper. We're going to ride on the back bumper cam of the 96, and there it is, 96 bumper cam with the 37. He's got a little bit of distance. not a lot of room for error, but look at the edges that 37 has coming into turn number 1. So he has really good edges and made up a little bit of ground. Now coming into turn number 2, it looks like the 96 is being a little bit conservative considering he has the older tires of the group. Amanda?
Watching this swarm behind Chris just kind of bob and weave around.
Well, Colton has a pretty good battle between him and Mark Kincaid, and it looks like that is going to be won by Mark Kincaid. He was able to take it out of turn number 1. Coming into turn number 2, he's going to create a little bit of distance. Can he catch up to that 37 and bring home a podium finish?
Maybe.
So, like, never mind.
Why do I sound like what?
Throwing a maybe in there, like, what's his name from Austin Powers? Oh, what was the dude's name? Crap. It'll come to me. Oh,
Yeah, I want to know who you're thinking about. Like,
oh, come on! I know you've watched Austin Powers. Come on.
Yes, I have watched Austin Powers.
Exactly.
So, like Dr. Evil?
No, I can't say it on stream. Well, while we're sitting there goofing around, it looks like we got a battle for the 7th position, and that is going to be between Curtis Eckert and Chris Isaacs. And Chris Isaacs is going to be able to make it around Curtis Eckert on that inside lane coming into turn number 2. Looks like Curtis Eckert is going to try to fight right back on that outside. Can he hold it? Can he make those tires work for him? And he does. He's going to be able to take it. And here comes the 48. 48 also. I'm sorry, that's not 48. That's going to be Sean Anderson. Sean Anderson is going to be a lap down. So that's not for a position, but that's a pretty good battle in itself.
Oh, you threw me off for a second. I was like, wait, what? I got to look at the cars again.
Well, besides Ford and Toyota, they kind of, from a distance, they kind of look the same.
I mean, you're not wrong. And I got my glasses.
No, actually, it was Fat Bastard. It was just the way you said that, and the way he says, it's a baby. It kind of made me just think of the way you said maybe. Like, I'm not calling you fat or nothing. I was just talking about the way you said that. Like, why does she sound like Fat Bastard off of Austin Powers?
You guys heard that.
I'm not calling you. I said the way you said it, not the way you look. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
They are still on the bald midgets with teeth. Well, 2 laps to go as they come to the start-finish line, and it looks like Stephen Light might have this thing all wrapped up with Ray Courtney. He has a little bit of work to do as he still has somebody within reach, and that's going to be Cliff Mullins in that number 37 with Mark Kincaid was all over the back bumper of that number 37. He did say he had something left in the tank, and he might be able to, get a podium finish here, but I think he's going to, in the next lap or so, he might have his hands full of that number 64. That's going to be Scott Healy. He went a lap down. He was the first car one lap down when the caution came back out. He got the lucky dog, and look at him now. He is battling for that 4th position all over the back bumper of that number 54 of Mark Kincaid. I think he might be able to make the pass right here as the 37 drops down, and that's going to actually help Mark out because he's going to have a little bit of draft. He's going to be right there on the back. The 64 is going to be able to make the pass, and Mark Kincaid is going to be able to tuck in behind him. Mark Kincaid not done yet as they come into turn number 1. This is the final lap, so if the caution does come out, it's all over. It's run what you brung, and if it's tore up, you better hope it makes it back to the start-finish line. That's the first mistake I've seen Stephen Light make all day as he scrubbed the wall just a tiny bit, maybe put a little scratch on that wall. But that 96 of Ray Courtney doing a pretty darn good job with the 37 of Cliff Mullins. He has got his hands full. He cannot make a mistake. Ray Courtney cannot make a mistake. Here they come out of turn number 3, and it looks like they are going to be in a line. Ray Courtney might have second place if he gets a good run off. Now the 64 and the 37, getting the 64 hole, get around the 37 as they come to the start finish line. They are pretty much going to be side by side as they come through, but that 37 did have it, and the 64 just crushed the wall. Now they're talking about Wizard of Oz. Oh my goodness. Well, winner, chicken dinner is going to belong to that number 99 of Stephen Light, with Ray Courtney coming in second. What a good job by Ray Courtney. And let's take a look at those final race results. Final finishing order is in any moment now. They will pop up, maybe. There they are. Stephen Light is going to bring home the win here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Ray Courtney going to come in second. Cliff Mullins going to come in a third. Scott Healy going to work his way back up to the fourth position. Mark Kincaid doing a pretty darn good job of holding on to that fifth position. Colton is going to be sitting in sixth. Curtis Ecker going to finish in seventh. Good job for him. First time on the track. Chris Isaacs is going to come in eighth. Lucas Reed in ninth. And Sean Anderson in 10th. Take it away, Miss Amanda.
Nathan Lafayette's going to finish in 11th. Miss Brianna Laurent in 12th. Christopher Alkire in 13th. Kyle Chapin in 14th. Joel Muntel in 15th. Matt Banky in 16th. Christopher Nice 17th. And Dakota Long in 18th.
Ghost Rider said Ray would have won if he knew how to pit in and out. I'll give him a break. He did a really good job. Did a really, really good job. All right. Well, that is going to be our finishing order. So we're going to take that down off the screen, and we'll take the track map down. We'll go track down our podium finishers, and the biggest mover of the race of tonight's race is going to be Colton, but he is not in the Discord, so we're not going to be able to talk to him. Ray Courtney finally in the Discord. Look at that. He didn't want to talk to us. And let's go ahead and bring Mr. Mullins in and talk to him for just a moment. Cliff, this is Richard and Amanda up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, bringing home a third place finish, that's not a bad deal, as you had a lot of fast cars right there around you, especially on those restarts, but you were able to hang on and finish it out. Tell us how you feeling.
I mean, pretty good, I guess, because it's my first time running with these guys. I mean, I've raced with a lot of them in the past, but, someone like I've raced with Steven very few times, Ray, a few of the other ones I hadn't really run with them that much, so it was pretty good to kind of see where I kind of matched up with them. Some fast guys over here, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That 64, you had a pretty good battle with him coming to the checkered flag, but you were able to hold him off. He went a lap down, but it looks like if he had another lap, would he have gotten you for a finish if it would have came down to that?
Yeah, he was way faster than that. He's about the only person I knew of that could keep up with Steven in this thing. And, I mean, Ray kind of could there for a while, but I know old tires, it was going to be really hard to do that. But Scott was I'd say he was probably first and second fastest cars. Him and Steven were pretty much the class of the field out here. And I was just trying to hold on as much as I could. I know that a lot of people were shifting and I wasn't, and that was kind of helping me on the fuel mileage deal. But, right there towards the end, I was trying to do it some, and I'm terrible at it. So I kind of abandoned and just went with what was working before.
Absolutely. Well, great job here tonight. Man, you know what it comes with those podium finishes, man, you can have all the shout-outs that you would like to give, and the floor is yours whenever you're ready, my friend.
Yeah, I kind of think race22.com, they've been on my cars for quite a while now. My buddy Eric, his business, Midnight Performance, do a lot of racing parts and such with that. I think my friend's band, Black Tide Gallows, they just got a new album out about 6 months ago. Really good stuff. I think M9 Performance just got on with those guys, working on modified setups over there. Low Drag Esports, Chance 2 Extreme Motorsports, that's my team over there on the in the other league that I race in. Um, Lowtown Motors, AC Racing Graphics. That's my buddy Adam. He does all my paints for me and keeps me looking like I know what I'm doing. And Spit and Venom Podcast. That's my podcast I do for different leagues. But I mean, it's a fun time. And one more shout out to my son Jaron. He's listening in the other room, and he was kind of sitting there watching me and telling me to go faster. So I almost got it done for him today.
Almost, and you did a really good job of doing it. And actually, your painter was actually in the chats, and he did. I was admiring his work, and he gave a shout out in the chat. So appreciate him tuning in and watching you bring home a podium finish.
Yep, and thanks to you guys for broadcasting this thing, and for Chris and everybody that puts this thing on over here. It's a pretty cool deal they got going on over here.
Not a problem. Well, thank you for that shout out. But we'll let you get back to celebrating. Definitely glad to have you over here. So we'll catch you next time, and you take it easy.
All right, you guys will.
All right, so really good race for the 37. Glad to have him here. And our next person up is going to be Mr. Ray Courtney, bringing home a second place finish. And Amanda, since he was your pick, I'm going to let you interview him.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Ray, this is Richard and Amanda up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hello.
Hey. So,
That was
obviously
so
you are
creepy.
I'm in trouble.
She was just like, hey. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Richard's gonna get hurt later. So
Do
when
it.
he doesn't show up to the next broadcast, you guys know why. So obviously your pitch strategies were better tonight. But overall, like, what was your whole plan during the race tonight? Like, was it, did you practice your pits or no?
I practiced pit entry a little bit throughout the race. Or throughout practice. I was just trying to not speed into the pits, which is, I feel, probably a lot higher likely to do than being too slow, because it's right out of turn 4. So basically, when you get your wheel straight, you're already on the brakes hard. And that last pit stop, I think it was pretty close to me being penalized for speeding. I think the guy in front of me got a speeding penalty because he had to slow right down, and then he went like a lap down. So that sucks for him. But yeah, pit strategy. I didn't think we were going to make 25 laps. I never really checked on fuel strategy or anything, but it turned out we could, and I kind of just did 25, 25, 25. Yeah.
Awesome. Richard, do you have anything else?
No, this chat is blowing up that said, yeah, you practiced pit
Yes,
entry, but you
and
did not
Ray,
practice
you were
pit exit.
you were my pick for the race win tonight, just so you know.
Say again?
I picked you to win tonight, just so you know.
Aw, thanks.
You're welcome.
I didn't have that speed. Steven had insane pace. A lot of the guys today, like, shout out to everybody in the race, this race. The pace for the entire field was good. But up in the front, I know Steven and I can't remember his name. They were having a good battle. If I was ever close to the other guy, we'd have a decent battle. Yeah, the field was pretty close in pace. It's just a difficult track for the turns.
Right. Well, with every podium finish, you get all the shout outs you want, so unless Richard has something else.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Well, then the floor is yours.
Shout out to to race.com. It's a racing forum where you can post races, general real life stuff, just anything race related. I'm starting to stream races now on the back of my car, that one Canadian. So if you ever want to see the inside of my car with, I don't know, maybe a little bit more sound, I don't know. Not
Using
much
your
more,
driver view?
but yeah, see how I see it. There's that. I'm gonna try to do that a lot more. Thank you to the old Glory Racing guys for having me, putting up a good race. Yeah, that's about it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we will let you get back to celebrating.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, that was awkward. Creepy. All right, well, it is that time where we bring up our race winner and we give them their debut. So, without further ado, let's bring up Mr. Stephen Light. Stephen, this is Richard and Amanda up in the booth. You got a copy?
What's up, guys?
Well, we tried to talk to you earlier and see if you had any plans for this race or if anybody had a challenge for you, but you pretty much dominated the whole thing. You led quite a few laps, and you brought home another win. You're already locked into the playoffs, but this is just going to help you out even more. So tell us how you're feeling with another win under your belt.
Well, the jinx of pitting and caution coming out still hasn't gone away, as everyone noticed. As soon as we had a green flag pit stop, never fails. There's a caution, and that first one, if the caution had come out later in the race when pitting, it wouldn't have been as big of a deal. But with the lead I had, Scott and I were doing a good job of managing fuel and maintaining our lead. My teammate was doing a good job of keeping pace with me. We chose not to take tires there that first stop, and just in case there was a late race caution and we needed that extra set, we wanted to have it. And of course, the second we go down pit road, caution comes out. So I've got that monkey on the back. I don't know how to get rid of that, but later in the race, caution came out with about 19 to go, and I had that extra set of tires. Not sure what held Scott on pit road so long. I think he maybe had a speeding penalty, if I had to guess, and then got into the wall, caused a caution. It would have been one heck of a battle with him at the end there if he hadn't had that problem.
Yeah, it was definitely a good battle between you two. Y'all pretty much were matched in speed, matched in lap times. But yeah, unfortunate things happened. But he did come back from a lap down and was fighting for the fourth position. Just couldn't quite get any higher with not enough laps to go. He would have grabbed third, but Cliff was able to hold him off, and he grabbed the third place. So that would have been a pretty good finish if y'all would have got to pretty much nose to tail once again. But man, that was a great run that you had. That 99 definitely had the speed. Definitely shows that you put in the time to get the track down, and man, congratulations on that win.
I appreciate it. Good win for White Line Racing, and it was a good race. Not many cautions, a lot of clean racing. Track temp was a lot higher than we expected, so our setup was a little bit freer than we expected. So everybody did a really good job. Everybody from start to all the way through the field from first to 18th, everyone did a really good job of maintaining their car control and not side by side. I think there was a lot of 3-wide action there last half the race, and no cautions from that. So that was nice to see.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations once again. And man, if you got any more of those shout outs, you're welcome to give them. The floor is yours.
Happy for White Line Racing to get another win. Thank you, Chris Isaacs, for having me on his team. And Chris Isaacs does my paint jobs. It's one hell of a good looking hot rod, and look forward to the next race.
Absolutely. The regular season is done. Next is the playoffs. So good luck in the next race. As where will we be going? Amanda, you're supposed to have this. You're fired. Actually, the next round will be the playoff begins at Martinsville. So that's going to be some short track racing. Definitely interesting to see these cars ride around pretty much that big paper clip. So how you feeling about that being the first round?
Yeah, that's a tough racetrack. There's going to be a lot of beating and banging and sour faces afterwards. It's a tough track to race clean on. I mean, obviously you want track position, you want to maintain and protect, but the problem there is, you start so close to everybody, and no matter what you do on entry or exit, you're always trying to play defense and offense at the same time. So there's going to be a lot of bumping and lot of rooting around there. I've had quite a few laps around there in different cars on the sim. I'm not sure I've actually run a next gen there yet, but I've had a lot of Xfinity and truck laps around there. So it's a fun racetrack. It is racy. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on that win once again. And, man, we'll let you get down there with the rest of the team and celebrate. And we will catch you next time.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Not a problem. Oop. All right, Amanda. What a race. 100 laps are down. Chris Nice out there saying nice things about us. Thank you, Chris. Nice, great broadcast. Glad everybody glad everybody tuned in, gave us a bunch of laps in the chat. We always appreciate that. Definitely keeps us entertained between the racing and the chat. We always have something to talk about. But that is going to be all for this evening. Miss Amanda, I'm going to let you have the floor for a minute if you got anything else.
You know, Richard, I don't have anything else. It was a fairly clean race. I'm out.
Well, you scared Amanda away. I'm sorry.
No, apparently I scared Ray. That's okay. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be okay.
But, well, all right. Well, we are going to call it an evening. And once again, to everybody that tuned in, we appreciate y'all stopping by, giving us a good laugh, spending time with us, and supporting Old Glory Racing League. Thanks to all our sponsors and the drivers that held it in there and finished the race. Good luck to the people ones that are trying to get locked into the playoffs. I'm pretty sure there were some position changes there tonight. But we're going to call it a night. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday for the Old Glory Truck Series. And then Wednesday will be, once again, the Genesis Cup Series. We will have, I believe we're off this weekend. I got to get with 4 Wide, see what we have for this weekend. Maybe a doubleheader. I'm not exactly sure, but we will keep you all informed about when we go live. So definitely stay tuned into that. But on behalf of myself, Amanda, and Southern Broadcast Gaming Network, we are out of here. Y'all have a good night and a good rest of your week.